Surprise! Didn't expect to see me so soon, huh? You know the name. Welcome back to the game. Although Thanksgiving has passed, we're in the midst of holiday season. Rhea, Phoebe, and Kaylee hung out with the cast of Get Bakin, without me, to make some dessert and side dishes.
I've already introduced myself. I'm Rhea.
I'm Madison.
And we are going to get started on my famous carrot cake. So the first step is to take your 13 by 9 pan and you're going to butter it and lightly flour it. And then in the meantime, we are going to take our comically large mixing bowl and we are going to mix our sugar, oil, and eggs. So we've got our 3 eggs here. So 1.5 cups of sugar is going to be our first step. 1. Half. Our next step is to mix in a cup of vegetable oil. However, we don't have oil, so we are going to be substituting with melted butter. And now we butter. Why is this microwave so high up? Butter.
Okay, what's next?
That, and then we have to crack 3 eggs. Just gonna give this a little mix. Still very...
It's soft enough it'll mix together.
Yeah, it's fine. So, next step is we're going to take 3 eggs, crack them and add. Uno. Dos. Yeah, I saw it. I don't know why. So, butter is now in. And I'm just gonna put that in if you want to rinse that out for me. We take whisk. And my whisk is falling apart.
Would you like me to whisk?
Yeah, my whisk is low-key falling apart. So, in the meantime, I'm going to start cutting up our carrots. I'm going to do that. Yeah. Keep mixing. I feel like that's going to be close enough to being good. So, in our second bowl is going to go all of the dry ingredients. And so for that, first step is flour. So we are going to do 2 cups of flour. And then, now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. In the meantime, you're just going to keep mixing this to add some air bubbles into it. Oh, you can never go wrong with cinnamon. And then now we just need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Oh. Baking is a science. Now we mix 1 and 2 together.
Where did my knife go? We'll do about half.
So the carrots are going to bake down, which is why I'm not cutting them too much. And I like to add a little bit of water just to kind of help with the consistency of the cake. And then I'm going to add a little bit of carrots into here. Beautiful.
And the rest of the flour.
Yes. And then we add more carrots. So now we're just adding in our baking soda in there. And then I just put a little bit in there. And that is going to get mixed. In the meantime, I'm cutting up the last of my carrots, which they're going to bake down, so I really don't need to do much cutting, like I said earlier. So, now we add the last of the carrots. Now all I'm doing here is I'm just slowly adding some water into the mix, just because I like to make sure that it's going to be moist and not dry. Just a teaspoon of water. And that usually does the trick. So once Madison is done with that, we are just going to scoop it into the pan. And then, one of my favorite things to do, which is what my mom taught me.
Smack the bubbles.
Not even that, but you literally just pick it up and we just drop it.
Oh yeah. Do I like the spoon?
Absolutely I do. But what I'm going to do first,
scrape it
so that make sure we're getting every single thing off as much as we can. And then after this, we're just going to plop it again. And then we're just going to put it in the oven for about 40 to 55 minutes. And then the way you'll know it's done is when you stick a fork in the middle, and again, comes out solid, comes out dry. Yeah. Hold, please.
All right.
And this is what it's looking like. So now it is time to make the cream cheese frosting. So what you want to do is 1 pack of cream cheese, soften.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Opening it up.
Just a flip. Yeah.
Now, butter, 1/4 cup.
Or
Also
a half a
softened.
stick.
True, or half a stick also has to be softened. And it's best to do this with an electric mixer because your arms will be not happy with you. Shout out to Phoebe's grandma. Then you gotta add a little bit more vanilla, and then obviously some milk. So if you want to go ahead, add a little splash of the milk.
Measuring with our heart.
Yes.
About 1 tablespoon.
Which-
And that's like that much.
Way.
That's
more.
not too much.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
If anything, you add more powdered sugar.
So now, more vanilla. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get started mixing this, and then after a few seconds, we start to add in the powdered sugar.
I'm kind of leaning towards, well, we just see how long where things are really pressed or. That's right. Good content. That's always a love.
I thought we were gonna eat it all anyway.
How much more mixing y'all got with that?
This entire thing.
The whole thing is done in here.
Go rolling. Yeah, we'll keep it rolling. That's gonna take a minute.
It's almost wet.
Almost. Okay. While Madison is getting our first part of the frosting mixed up, I'm going to measure out our first of 4 cups of powdered sugar. Let me know when you're ready. There's cup 1. Now we're measuring out cup 2. So we're gonna get these last 3 cups of powdered sugar mixed in. We'll meet you guys back when it's all said and done. Now that the cake has been baked, it's been about 40-ish minutes in the oven. The icing, all done, all 4 cups of powdered sugar added, plus a little bit extra. Now it's just time to add it onto the cake. So if you wanna go ahead and take off the thing, well, I go grab the nutmeg and the cinnamon.
Let's get all the extra out of here.
Yeah.
We're gonna detach the whole bowl.
And now, we scoops. And now we just go in. And it's okay if it is a little bit clumpy, which as long as you're not having like gigantic clumps, you're fine. I like the little added texture. It doesn't take away from the taste.
No, it's still bomb.
It's still gonna be bomb. You guys at home are missing out because this is actually world famous. I have actually been told by probably about half a dozen people that the cake has been so good that they felt like they've died and come back to life.
So 6 people told you that?
Yeah.
6 people said they like your cake?
So much that they felt like they've died and come back to life.
Oh, okay. This is a really
Anyone
good cake.
that has ever tasted my cake has had amazing things to say about it. Truly, I love this cake so much. And then if you want to add even more icing, there's still a tiny bit left in the bowl.
Is there?
A little bit.
Chat, is there icing in the bowl?
And so, now that that's done, we just add a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg.
A little garnish.
A little garnish.
Gorgeous.
And now, voila, we have
She's
a
so
carrot cake.
pretty.
Some people would add walnuts on to the top of it. I don't like walnuts. So, I don't add it.
That's fair.
Would you like to try taste test?
Oh, that was a lot.
And that's okay.
That's delicious cream cheese frosting.
Exactly.
That's delicious.
Delicious?
Delicious.
Thanks for watching. This is Kaylee. Y'all know her from Blurred Alert, our residential blurred. And she's going to be helping me make collard greens, which I'm actually super excited for because I only ever have them at Thanksgiving.
I've never had them ever, so. And
Hopefully they will be up to her standards. First thing we're going to do, you got to have your collards. So I'm going to have Kaylee wash them.
Okay.
Go for it. We got our trusty bowl. So here, just move those. Yeah. So I just like Yeah, just go ahead, dump it in the bowl.
Okay.
Add your water, get at it. So in the meantime, I'm going to be cutting up a jumbo sweet onion. First thing, gotta peel it though. So yeah, just go ahead and run that under the water.
Right.
And then you can just go ahead and set it in the sink. And then just go share. I'm going to grab a knife really quickly. My mom always likes to make them, and she likes to put in 2 whole onions, but then again, that is for like 9 people, and there's 8 of us, so I feel like 1.5 should be good. Huh?
So probably much we're pointing at things.
I apologize. And you know what? This is not a straight cut, but that's okay. It's cut. And then go ahead and drain the water.
Is there a strainer, or do you want me to just like hope for the best?
Hope for the best. If not, we have an extra bag. I've never made this before. So, hey, my mama knows how to cook. I know how to cook. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Always take off the first couple layers of the onion. Just because we want to make sure that we get all the skin off. Once it gets a little thick like this, even if it's thin at the top, that's how you know that you've actually hit the onion, and you can keep that. So, peel back the onion. Beautiful. Now, while I am in the process of chopping these, I'm going to turn on our stove.
I think I'm still right now.
Beautiful. Even if you don't, it's gonna cook down. So we will be okay. We are using College Inn 100% natural chicken broth, and that entire thing is going to go into our stove. Hello. There we go. Alright, well that goes in. We're just going to leave it on high and then put our top over it.
Okay.
Coming back, we're just going to continue to chop up the onions. Some people like to have theirs chopped up super fine. Some people don't. My mom chops them differently every single time. And so you never really know what you're going to get. And I am a-okay with that. But me personally, I like to have my onions just a little bit smaller. Even though they are going to cook down, it's still nice to not have a giant chunk of onion in your mouth. Yeah. Even if they're sweet onions. Now, the next part is to add in our greens to the pot. So, Kaylee, you got that. Oh. Beautiful. And it's all going to cook down, so press it down ever so slightly. Well, yes, actually.
You want me to put the lid back on?
Yes, go ahead and put the lid back on. So basically, the reason why we keep the lid on is just because we want everything to cook evenly and cook thoroughly. So one of the last parts is we are going to go ahead, put the onions into the pot, and then the last thing we're going to do, add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of Mrs. Dash, and we'll be good to go. Kaylee, if you would like to get the... Sorry about that. It'll definitely cook down. It's a lot right now. I hate the scraping sound and I apologize. We're gonna give this a little mix. So my mom normally just puts in fine sea salt, but I'm gonna be adding in a little bit of fine sea salt, Himalayan pink salt, salt-free Mrs. Dash because Lord knows we have enough salt already, and then just a little bit of McCormick pure ground black pepper. So we're gonna go pink salt first with the heavy hand.
No measurements, just
No
guiding hand.
measurements.
A
We're just
guiding
gonna,
hand.
yeah. It's definitely a lot of pepper, but that is okay. It's all gonna cook. We're gonna mix it. Do great, fine, and dandy. And then lastly, because that would be quite insane, I think. And now we just mix, and then every couple of minutes, I'm gonna come back to it, add a little bit more flavoring as needed, and then we'll be all good.
That's all we've got today. It's time for me to make my plate. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Black and App. Stay black, stay proud, have a wonderful holiday season. Big love to you.